Hey everybody, welcome to the Icon Buster's new channel. My name is the Icon Buster, and today I am here because I am interested in doing voiceovers here on YouTube. Now, I see a lot of great, you know, I see a lot of great animations here on YouTube. I've also seen, a lot of really good abridged series, and I really want to actually be a part of them. So what I'm doing here is I'm going to read a story that my brother wrote back in high school. Now this is kind of an older story. I think this story actually dates back all the way back to probably 1989 or sometime in the 80s or even early 90s. Now it's being revamped a little bit, but for the most part this story is actually pretty old. So, and even though it's been revamped a little bit, this is kind of really a first draft. So please be forgiving on the story that I'm about to read here. But basically, I'm going to read this story, and then I'm going to after I get done reading the story and everything, I'm going to kind of give you guys, some of my ideas and everything on how, you can participate with this channel and do different things. But most of all here today, I just want to get it out there that start a new channel here on YouTube. I used to have a channel a long time ago, but it's been destroyed by copyright and stuff like that. It was destroyed by copyright before even the new copyright policies got it. I mean, I had a channel at one time. I had a little bit over 100 subscribers here on YouTube, which I know isn't very much, but to me I thought it was pretty cool that at one time I had over 100 people, that liked my stuff. And I'm going to be putting this video out to I'm going to be sending this video out to different people here on YouTube that do animations and stuff like that. I'll probably start off with some of the big ones first, and then as each week goes by, I'm going to try to put a new reading up so that you guys can, continue to hear, different things I'm trying to do. I'm willing to accept, criticisms and stuff like that. I like to hear your feedback. I don't expect this video to get, the blow up right away, but I am going to put this video out there to as many spots as I can so more people can see it, and I'm going to try to do one of these readings once a week. Plus, again, I'm available for doing voiceovers in any animation or doing voiceovers in any abridged series or anything like that that you guys may be working on. I won't charge, I work free of charge. All I ask is that if you do use my voice or you ask me to do a part, all I want in return is you to put my name in the credits for what I did, so that I can get my stuff out there more, and also help my brother out as far as some of his stories go. And if you do end up liking the story, I do ask you, and you want to do like an animation or something like that, all I ask you to do is contact us, and we'll let's discuss your ideas, and we'll probably allow you to use our stories to do animations or anything like that. Everything on this channel is going to be original. It's either going to be something written by my brother, or it's going to be something that is written by you guys. Now, I'm not going to be doing like fan fictions or anything like that, because I don't want to do anything that has any type of copyright in it or anything like that. So, no My Little Ponies or no, anything like that. Even though I would, it has not been for this big, copyright thing going down, I would probably love to read some fan fictions or even talk about wrestling or do a bunch of stuff like that. And I might actually do like, just some talks about wrestling or, My Little Ponies or anything you guys want me to discuss. I'll tell you what, if you guys subscribe to this channel and give me an idea for something to do as far as using my voice and doing something, I'm open up to all suggestions. I know we're about that 4-minute mark here, so I'm sure you're tired of hearing me talk about all the stuff. And so let me get on with the story, let you guys hear my voice. And then, like I said, next week I'll do another video where I'll probably do an intro like this, and then kind of just keeping you guys up to speed on what's going on with me. And on top of that, I'll probably do another reading, either something of my brother, or if by chance I actually do get 1 or 2 subscribers, I'll take any suggestions that you guys may have. So here we go. So I got to do a little bit of intro for this story. Basically, my brother has a group of superheroes he calls the Intergalactic Space Travelers. He's been writing about them for years now, and it's a story that he's been wanting to do ever since he was a kid. Basically, the concept of this story is a group of superheroes sitting around at the table having Thanksgiving dinner. So, just to kind of give you a heads up, that's what you're looking at. So, just think of, like Avengers or Justice League or something like that sitting around having Thanksgiving dinner. But this is like a newer superhero group. They probably just formed not that long ago, and this is them having their first Thanksgiving meal together. Okay, so this is called it's called First Official Thanksgiving Together, starring the entire Intergalactic Space Travelers. The arrangement for the Thanksgiving meal and meeting were arranged by Stacy Meadows, aka the Electrical Phantom, who was the official commander of the Intergalactic Space Traveler. Stacy had gotten with Martin Vanberg, aka Dollar Bill, who owned his own hotel, to have one of the meeting rooms set up for the special occasion. Martin, despite the fact of having several other Thanksgiving meetings going on as well at the hotel, managed to keep one of his meeting rooms freed up for the occasion. He also knew with so many other meetings going on there as well that theirs would be kept low profile. He made sure to have his staff working on the setting. And I apologize. So I'm gonna keep going. I know I'm messing up a little bit here, so I'm gonna restart the paragraph over here again. But I'm gonna keep going so you can kind of just hear. I'll mess up a little bit. I did read this a few times before trying this today, so let me just try doing this paragraph again, and then I'll keep going. I won't stop and interrupt. But just to warn you though that I may make a few mistakes here. So, but I kind of want to keep it going because I want this to be natural. Because in most auditions, you screw up, but I do want to put out there that if I do mess up on like if I am doing a project for one of you guys, I will let you know that I will do several takes over and over. But since this is just kind of a natural reading, where I'm just sitting here reading, I'm going to try to just get through it. And again, I'm sorry for the interruption in the story, but I'm going to go through it. I'm going to try to keep going. And so, this is just practice for me. So each video I do on here is just practice, and it's all going to be done with one take. And I talk a lot, so I apologize if you think I'm a little wordy. But let me start this paragraph over again. Martin, despite the fact of having several other Thanksgiving meetings going on as well at the hotel, managed to keep one of his meeting rooms freed up for the occasion. He also knew with so many other such meetings going on as well that theirs would be kept low profile. He made sure to have his staff working on setting the place up and preparing the food. Martin also made sure that there would be lots of food for sure, especially since Microwave Man would be there, and he knew Microwave Man could eat a lot of food. The Intergalactic Space Travelers began to arrive at the meeting. The first two to arrive, of course, were Stacy and his brother Billy, aka Metalwood. Stacy was there a little early just to make sure everything was set properly and in order. Next came Owen Ziegler, aka Sunstar, and his private security, Danny Nodell, aka Starfighter. Sunstar was the official commissioner of the group and practically recruited all the members himself. Owen entered and went to sit next to Stacy, where they began to chat for a while. Meanwhile, Danny walked around and took the place in, checking for anything that would be a security risk. He was happy to see that there wasn't a huge banner that had the group's name splashed all over it, but instead a phony business name was being used. He didn't really see any security risk and eventually found the seat next to Owen, where he silently sat and kept an eye on the place. Next to arrive after Martin called his room to remind him was scientist John Liver, aka Catman 7, who took a human pill so that he wouldn't be in his mutant cat form. Not surprisingly, he came in with his lab coat, clutching something in his hand. What was a surprising thing to Martin, though, was it wasn't one of John's experiments he was usually working on, but a small video game player of some sort. John, seeing that Billy was a little bored, sat down next to him and showed him the game, and they took turns playing it. Stacy was glad Billy had found someone here to keep him sort of entertained while he was chatting about business with Orrin. Next to arrive was the group's married couple, Lee Chow, aka Psycho, and his wife Alicia, aka Dingo. Lee wore a dress suit, while Alicia wore dress pants and a long-sleeved shirt to cover up the metal in her body. She also wore special makeup on her face to look normal as well. They walked in holding hands and took a seat. Still talking with each other in lovers' talk. Next came Tracy McGoldberg, aka Powerbird, who, because of her acting in movies fame, had downplayed her look and even wore somewhat of a disguise. Stacy and her had an ongoing on-again, off-again sort of love thing going on, but for now she seemed happy to see him, and they hugged as she came to sit beside Stacy. The last one to show up was Mark Surrender, aka Microwave. As soon as he stepped in the room, Stacy excused himself a moment from the table and pulled Mark to his side. "Listen, Mark, I know you really like to eat, but have one normal size helping at first, and then after everyone else is done eating, you can help yourself to the rest of the food. All right?" Stacy said. "Sure thing, boss, not a problem. Appreciate you giving me the leftovers," Mark replied. After they both were sorry. I'm also suffering a little bit of a cold, which you probably wonder why would I try doing this while I have a cold, but if I don't start working on this now and doing this, I'm never going to get this started. So, again, I ask you guys to forgive me. Let me move on here, okay? Where was I? Okay. After that, they both After that, they both went to their seats and the festivities were ready to begin. Martin had his hotel staff. Okay, let me start that over because I kind of lost my narrator for this. After that, they both went to their seat and the festivities were ready to begin. Martin had his hotel staff lay out the food and drinks on some of the tables in the back of the room, and then instructed them to assist the other rooms and not to come back here until he had called for them again, so that they could have privacy. They then formed a line to get their food and drinks, and when everyone had sat back down, Stacy stood up and used his fork to bang on the side of the glass to get everyone's attention. Thank you all for coming on such a festive holiday. I am glad we are able to share this time together. I think that the honor of this holiday that we should go around the table and each of us share what we are thankful for in this holiday season. I will start off by saying that I am very thankful to be chosen as leader, though we have a long, hard road ahead of us. I feel that we will be able to handle what comes our way. Orrin, Stacy said, as then he sat back down as Orrin stood up to speak. I am thankful for having the honor of being on your planet and being able to choose such fine warriors to work with on the hard task ahead. I really appreciate each of you for answering my call to unite and fight against the evil in your world. Danny, Orrin spoke. Danny hesitated momentarily before reluctantly standing. Then he said, I am grateful to have a secure, peaceful meeting place where we can relax without being constantly bombarded with enemies. Lee? Danny sat down as Lee stood up and gave a bow of respect. I am thankful to have such a brave group of people to stand at my side, and that I know will have my back, and I theirs, no matter what comes our way. Sweetheart, Lee said, Lee said as he extended his hand to help Alicia stand up and then sat down himself. I am very thankful to have found such a great group of friends as well, along with finding my true soulmate in Lee here. I hope we have many more such happy celebrations together in the future. Martin, Alicia said as she sat back down. Martin stood up. I am thankful. Oh, Martin stood up. I am thankful for having such a booming hotel business that I am able to host this special occasion for all of us. I am proud to be in such a great group of people, and I too hope that this is only the first of many more such events that I am able to host here for us. John, Martin motioned to his friend as he sat down. John stood up nervously, wringing his hands together. Despite the minor mishaps that turned me into what normal people would term as a freak, I'm thankful for finding a group of people who accept me for what I am and support me in continuing to do what I do. What about you, Billy? John sat back down. As Billy clumsily stood up, banging the table slightly. Sorry. I'm thankful for having such a caring brother who looked out for me and has went out of his way to help me become a part of such a great team. What about you, Mark? Billy tried to sit back down, this time without banging the table. Mark stood up. Y'all, you have pretty much summed up what I'm thankful for as well. I agree with all of you, and I'm thankful for such a fine friends who support me as well. Tracy? Mark sat down and Tracy stood up. I'm thankful that despite the ups and downs that Stacy and I's relationship has went through, that I am able to spend this time with him and with such a great group of friends. She sat down. Stacy stood again. Well, thank you all for sharing your thoughts. I hope this helps in us bonding better as a team. So let's dig in, Stacy said as he sat back down and began to spoon some mashed potatoes and gravy into his mouth. After everyone had finished their plates and seemed to be full except Mark, Stacy stood up again. Did everyone except Mark get enough to eat? Everyone agreed that they had, and Stacy spoke in. Okay, Mark, the rest is yours. Thank you, Mark said as in a blink of an eye the food was there and then it was gone. Everything was gone except for a slight breeze in the room. It seemed as if Mark hadn't moved at all. Mark let out an embarrassing burp. Excuse me. Well, with the food out of the way, let's get down to discussing some business before we all go our separate ways. Stacy begins. And that's the end of our superhero Thanksgiving special. I hope you enjoyed listening to this and have a happy holiday season. Okay. So yeah, I know I kind of messed up there a little bit with I kind of cut in and broke into the story a little bit and had to reread a couple things. But I hope overall you kind of get a range of what kind of voices I do. Now that's not really all the voices I can do, and throughout the course of me using this channel to kind of show you examples of what kind of work I can do as far as with my voice, as far as with my acting. I plan on doing a lot better. I'm kind of been a little sick this week, so I do apologize for that. And I just hope that in the future, once my voice gets a little bit better and I get some more stories to read and stuff like that, you get a better example of what different things I can do. Also, like I said, I'm going to be sharing these videos with some of the people that I've seen do animations and stuff like that, in hopes that in the future they will allow me to do even just a small role. I don't care. It can be a small role. It can be a big role. I'll do it free of charge. All I want, in exchange is just to make sure that my name is in the credits for whatever part that I do, which, most people do that anyways, but I just... That's really, I want to get my name out there, and I also want to get this channel, built up. So please rate, comment, and subscribe. You think I'm reading something now? Please rate, comment, and subscribe to this channel so that more people can see just a little bit more what I can do and share the video if you find this video interesting. And of course, if you listen to this and you don't like it, each to their own. But please rate, comment, and subscribe, and please share if you enjoy this video. Last thing I wanted to say was, well, that's pretty much it, I guess. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this little 20-minute video, and I hope you guys have a wonderful holiday, and hopefully I'll see you next Sunday, and hopefully I'll actually have people to see next Sunday. So please share this video, and I'm going to be out sharing it as well. And like I said, if you guys have any story suggestions that you want me to read on this channel, anything that's not copyrighted stuff, any original material that you've written, or even if you want me to talk about a certain subject or something like that, I'm real big into, like I mentioned before, I'm sort of a brony. I'm not really a brony, but I really like the My Little Pony series. I am a big wrestling fan. I do comic books. I watch a lot of movies, and I do play video games. So anything you want me to talk about, just give me a holler or whatever, and I'll do my best to just kind of go over everything. Okay, so just have a wonderful holiday, and see you guys next weekend. Bye.